traveling coast to coast. He's the man with the most.
Sombrero shaped thing. Oh, there's the Reptile Lagoon. Over there is the miniature golf course. Yeah, I kind of don't like this at all. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Oh, there's the cabins over there. Yeah, so this is just like a little resort-ass town. I'm in the sombrero. There's the local burrito. I think I'm going to go there before I leave and get myself a loco burrito.
Sound smart and well read. Cupcakes got you covered. Reading books help your brain get fed. This is the best show you discovered. Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. It's the best book review show you can view. Not like other book reviews and overviews. This is Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. Let's read.
Hello, everybody. Let's read. Welcome to Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. Might have to change the name of that. Oh, sure. Quite unprepared. What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. We'll do it live. Fuck it. My guy Mason in Portland. The one person who has, the only person to have accompanied me on a field trip to a place. So I'm in a new van. My truck needs parts and they don't want to buy them right now because they're, I don't know. But I'm in a van. This one's nice. Bigger van. So, oh well. So, let us continue on right here. 13th Warrior. Oh, there's some cool stuff. So, what we're going to do, we're going to pick up where we left off. Just to review real quick, 13th Warrior is a book written by Michael Crichton. He is the author of Jurassic Park and many other stories, many other books. But Jurassic Park is the main one that he's known for. This is the book that the movie 13th Warrior is based. And it is based on a manuscript from an Arab, a Muslim from the Middle East, Ibn Fadlan, who wrote a manuscript in 922 AD, over 2,000 years, almost 2,000 years ago. And it is the first actual written history of Vikings. He did go to Norway, Scandinavia, and he did travel with Vikings. And it is also a retelling of the story of Beowulf. So the first half, and throughout the book, they go through his manuscript, and then there are parts where I call the professor that comes out and actually gives you the facts of what he's talking about, and it gives a oh shit. All right, hold on, guys. That was my boss. So, Oh, there's the professor, and what he does, the professor comes in and just tells you the facts of what's going on. For example, they are sailing in the waters, and they're going to the waters of the monsters. And Ibn Fadlan documents, like he didn't believe anything, but then he documents this beast that comes out of the water. A big, huge hump comes out, and then a big plume of water gets shot out, and then this huge, giant forked tail comes. So he saw a whale, and the professor comes in. Obviously, he's talking about whales, and it goes in to explain that probably the Vikings were fucking with him because they knew what whales were, and they were just, saying, "Hey, there's a lot of that goes on in this book. That a lot of guy camaraderie." Thank you. So the Eaters of the Dead, the demons, so called, come and attack. They do a perimeter. They defend it. Some of the warriors get killed, of course, and then Bolvi, my lighter. Bolvi, the leader of the warrior group of Vikings that went, tells everybody, get ready. Tomorrow morning we're going to go to attack them. So they go to, there where they think is the village, and they find out that it's empty, completely empty. So the demon men knew that they would be coming. So I left off with they were going to see the dwarves. This is not in the book at all. There's a couple things that are not in the book. This is one of them. Actually, is there? No, it's the opposite. There's things in a movie obviously that aren't in the book. A couple things. The dwarves, for one. Um, in this, the they mention the professor comes on and mentions that Vikings, since they were so such big people, when they would have a dwarf, you would think that they would just cast it off, but actually the dwarves, like they were looked at as magic creatures. This was in the ninth century, so this could possibly be this lore could be where we get where J.R. Tolkien got the idea for dwarves. This may be there may be something to that, to the lore of that, which I found really really interesting. And if you give birth to a dwarf, oh my god, you gave birth to a dwarf, that's fantastic. So they take the baby dwarves and they go and they learn magic. um they learn all of that. So chop here, the AC. The sun's beating down and the phone's getting hot, so I gotta get the AC vent on the phone so it cools. So they go to the dwarves, and the dwarves, there are seven of the original 13 left. And the dwarves are like, they go to the dwarves because they're magic, so they're going for magic advice. What should we do? We went here, and the dwarf kind of tells Bolvi, bro, you didn't do that for a righteous purpose. You did it, you didn't do it as a hero. You did it to, for revenge, and heroes don't get revenge. You need to be, righteous. So then he gives them 7 daggers. He tells them to go to the Thunder Caves. So they go back to the town. They mount up, and they get from the dwarves. They get some daggers, and they get some sealskin rope. Never heard of sealskin rope before. So they get to the cliffs. There's 2 ways to enter the caves of where the Eaters of the Dead are. There's the front area by land that obviously is going to be guarded, and then there's the back way through the water where the Thunder Caves are. Thunder Cliffs, Thunder Caves. So they're getting a rope and they go down to Bolvi, the leader. They have to rappel down, and since Bolvi's the leader, he did it first to show that it could be done. And then Ibn Fadlan, they say, "Okay, you're next," and he's saying, "No, I'm not going next." This is before Bolvi goes down. Like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fall off. I'm going. The rope is not gonna hold me. I'm gonna let go. And then this is another part of male camaraderie and busting balls. He says that Harry goes to Bullseye, says something in their language, and he says something back. He's like, look it, you're only gonna fall if you let go. Only a fool would let go. You're an Arab, but you're not a fool. So that, then Ibn Fadlan was like, kind of breaking a man's balls, be like, come on, dude, buck up, let's go, we got to do this. This has to get done. So he was the second to go down. The reason why he was the second, um, they hold, a bunch of them hold, and as one guy goes down, there's always one less guy to hold that rope. So the last guy obviously has to do it by himself. Um, so the second guy is like almost like a place of honor. So like, you're going next. So he's like, okay, they're giving me the second place. So they go down, get into the Thunder Caves, and they find two guards. They kill them, and then I was just saying in my head that I got to stop saying it. Then they discover, they have the big bear head, so they kill them, and then they take off the bear head, and the description of the eater of the dead, the Vendigal, is very, stocky, big brow, um, big jutting out jaw. They're describing a Neanderthal, and then there's something that says, read more in the appendix. There's an appendix after the book. So they have a battle inside the cave with the daggers. They end up killing the mother, and in that battle, Bolvi gets stabbed with a poison needle. They come back to town. There's one more attack of the Eaters of the Dead, but this time it was a desperation attack because the ones that they killed, they stayed, they left their dead. So that was a desperation. So they lived happily ever after. The Vendigal never attacked. So Bolvi dies, through the poison. And there was a Viking funeral in the first part. This is kind of a Chekhov's gun because now they have a Viking funeral for Bolvi. And Ibn Fadlan, when he was talking about the Viking funeral before, he was like, "What the fuck?" They got this slave girl who, they killed the slave girl, and they're like, "What is this?" But his arc in the story is they choose him to be one of the guys that strangles the girl, and he does it. He's honored to do it because now he's considered a Northman. He's considered one of them. Hey, what's up, brother? Good to see you. We're not gonna. Well, as far as this goes, I'm gonna try something later, maybe tomorrow. So they have the Viking funeral. He's honored, and they're writing in the manuscript. He gets, they figure out a way for him to get back. He gets in the boat. That's how it ends. It just ends. It ends on an incomplete sentence, and they make note of that. The professor comes on and says, "This is how the manuscript ends. We don't know what happens after this." I believe they did. No, that was it. Yeah, yeah. It just ends on half a sentence. I thought that was really really cool. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. Like I said, this was based on a true manuscript that's from 922 AD, and there was a lot of translation. So this was translated from something I believe even in the 1800s. So it was, I don't know, probably not. Um, so the appendix. They go to the appendix of the book. It explains um, about Neanderthals, and yes, it is. We are to be led to believe in the book that the Vendigal, the Eaters of the Dead, the demons, that they were Neanderthal. And the appendix goes into, there's a couple different opinions of Neanderthals, that Cro-Magnon man went out and wiped them all out, or that the two main ones are that Cro-Magnon, whipped them all out, wiped them all out, or that there are still remnants of Neanderthal today. That, there was, it's just that it's a different, they just commingled. There's a book series from a Daryl Hannah movie, Clan of the Cave Bear. Those books are about 20 plus hours apiece. But it goes into like it's a clan of Neanderthals, and there's a Cro-Magnon girl, a blonde Cro-Magnon girl, that her family gets killed in an earthquake, and this tribe of Neanderthals adopts her, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of long though, so. But yeah, Eaters of the Dead. I do want to talk some more things about it. 5 cupcakes, absolutely, for Eaters of the Dead, 100%. I was not aware of the historical nature. I wasn't aware of the historical nature of the book. That's what really got me. That's what really grabbed me. And the fact that it's based on an actual manuscript, and we have a professor that comes in and out every once in a while to explain what's going on. Oh, and then after the appendix of the book talking about the Neanderthals, there is a bibliography where they have sources of, so I mean it's legit. I can't say anything other than that. The story, whether it happened exactly like it did in this book, that remains to be seen. But there was a guy called Ibn Fadlan who did travel and traveled with Vikings. It was great. It was fucking great. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So a couple things I wanted to talk about, the difference between the book and the movie. There are two main scenes in the movie that did not happen in the book. One, I'm disappointed it didn't happen. The other one, I'm very glad it didn't happen, and I'm glad at what did happen. So the first one, I mentioned it before. It was where Antonio Banderas learns their language. And I just thought cinematically that was such a cool scene, to convey that he was learning their language. It was, I did it before, but here, this is how it was. So I will speak Spanish, so. Están alrededor de la fogata hablando, cotorreando y todo, y de vez en cuando English comes out, pero siguen hablando y más y más y más English comes out, and you can understand more, pero siguen hablando, y después que están así hablando mucho, luego sale que English is the only language that they begin to speak, y el español comes out less and less. That's the best way I could do it, but it was just so cool the way they did that. They didn't do that in the book. In the book, it just he had Harrian who knew Latin, so he spoke through Harrian, and then he learned, as I learned the language. So, and the scene that I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't in was the scene when the Vendigal brought down the fireworm and they attacked the stronghold. Antonio Banderas in the movie, he gets a sword. I can't lift this. It's a big, fucking Viking broadsword, for just really chopping. He goes to the blacksmith. He files it down to make like a scimitar, and then you see him doing all this. Like in the book, he wasn't like that. In the book, he was a scholar. That's what made the book interesting. It was the fact that this scholar was shoved into this group of warriors. He was expected to be a warrior. So in the movie, he's fighting one guy and he kills him, and he's like, "That's a man. It's a man. It's a man." And they alleged, or they lead on to the fact that it's just primitive men, primitive people, instead of actual Neanderthals. In the book, it's said that they are Neanderthals in the book. They are primitive Neanderthalic people. It did take place in 900 AD, so that's very possible. But in the movie, oh, it's a man, and then he gets the bloodlust, and then he goes, I didn't care for that. Obviously, it was cool in the movie, but I was expecting that part in the book. That didn't happen, and I was like, oh, okay, well now that scene in the movie is dumb because of what happens now in the book. so, so that's what it is. So again, we get 5 cupcakes for 5 cupcakes, and I want to share something with you. This was something that was very cool. So check it out.
Cupcake eating good. Cupcake eating good. Cupcake eating good.
There's a Flying J pilot. That's the truck stop I go to for gas. That's where I get a gas card from. And sometimes there's a McDonald's in them. Sometimes Burger King. Most likely it's Arby's, Subway, or McDonald's. This particular one in Maryland had a Golden Corral, and I was just stopping to get gas, so I couldn't stop there. The very next one I went to in Virginia was also one that had a Golden Corral. So I definitely stopped there that night. I had Golden Corral for breakfast this morning. And the one cool thing about that is they serve breakfast 7 days a week, not just on the weekends. So that's a plus. I am probably thinking about maybe going to see a movie. I got to be in Miami tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If there, I'll be fine on that. Uh, so tell me what you thought. If we should even keep doing this, because to add another book to the thing now. So we got Spider-Man, um, No Country for Old Men, right? 2001. I'll have to go back to the poll. Or we can just. So definitely 2001 will be in the poll. That was one that was recommended. Here's one we could do. I think this is absolutely what I'm going to do. Only 2 hours long. Casino, Love and Honor in Las Vegas. This is the book that the movie Casino was based on. I believe they actually used. I believe this is more biographical. What else did I want to mention? DabbleCon 2 is coming up. Going to that. I will be I think I'll be on the East Coast, so driving up and down. So I will be there Friday. Maybe I will see Joey C driving. He's but who knows? So that is that. Oh. This Sunday, uh, I will be on with 2K, and we are going to be doing a stream. It may be on Rumble, but it's going to be a drinking game show. We're going to be watching The Empire Strikes Back. It's a movie I've seen 100 billion, million, trillion times. So I would like to. Can't wait to find out what the drinking part aspect of it is. I can't think of. Yeah, I can't think of anything that would be but we'll find out. I still got to get these postcards sent out from south of the border, so don't worry. I had to switch trucks. I had to switch vans. That's why I haven't done it yet. Like and subscribe. Share this if you want. It's a great movie. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, let's do that. It was First Blood. So 2001, definitely one of them. I'm gonna get Kumia's book when it comes out. Probably won't do a review on it because it just speaks stories that we've all heard. But I've got his permanently suspended or whatever that's called. Oh, Legend. That was one that was. Yeah, this is riveting content. I bet, guys. Right? One of my favorite movies for sure. Absolutely one of my favorite movies. 100%. All right, so we got I Am Legend, 2001, Rambo. No, First Blood. Yeah, No Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy. I did not know that. Wise Guy, uh, Henry Hill's book of. Yes, this is boring. I will post it on Twitter. I will post a poll on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Box Truck Cupcake, and you could see all of my wonderful tweets. They're just great, and you'll be able to vote in the polls for stuff. I want to go see a movie, but the only ones that are in three, the only one that's in 3D right now is the Deadpool movie, and I've seen that one already. I want to see other movies. What's up, Punk? See you, Ray. Thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah, what was that one? Yeah, it was Borderlands and like that Purple Crayon movie. I don't want to see it. Borderlands I'd go see because it, looks kind of cool. I know of the game. I read the Game Informer magazine when it came out. So not when it came out, like when it was being developed. And well, all right. I guess that's it. I got nothing much more to say. Eaters of the Dead. Read it. 5 Cupcakes. 100% recommended. Michael Crichton. If you want to get it on audiobook, you can get it on Audible. With all that being said, I'm going to take off. Next stop, may stop in Jacksonville, Florida tonight. I may go a little bit further. Who knows? But got to be in Miami by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I'll catch you later, everybody. Bye.
Cupcake at home or in the truck. Reviews and stories all the fun.